This is Sundry Sports for Wednesday, July 22nd. Starting with Cowboys Wire, brought to you by USA Today. Van Der Esch went from maligned to All-Pro to maligned again. Who is maligning him? One of the biggest question marks for the Dallas Cowboys in the 2018 NFL Draft was how were they going to replace their all-time touchdown blah blah blah. Well, why is he maligned again? Going to replace their all-time touchdown receptions leader Des Bryant, who was released from the team just 2 weeks prior. Many suspected they would go the wide receiver route in round 1 with names like DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, and Cortland Sutton on the board, but the Cowboys had other plans. Sean Lee was coming off a 100-plus tackle season in 2017, but he missed 5 games due to injury along with parts of others. Jalen Smith, after battling a gruesome leg injury that forced him to miss his rookie season, showed some flashes of his talent with 81 tackles. However, when Anthony Hitchens signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, linebacker became a big priority as well. The Cowboys selected Leighton Van Der Esch out of Boise State, number 19 overall, making him one of 4 linebackers selected in the first round. Raquan Smith, Tremaine Edmonds, and Rashaan Evans. Draft profile. Van Der Esch was seen as a budding prospect with immense upside. Due to his small hometown, he played 8-man football in high school. He didn't begin to ascend until his last year with the Broncos, when he exploded onto the scene. Van Der Esch isn't just a good athlete. He was one of the most athletic to join the league in quite some time. A great combination of size, speed, and strength. Yes, all true. Very good. Okay, so an athletic marvel, the arrow was pointing directly up. Even though Van Der Esch was considered one of the best linebackers coming out of the collegiate ranks, the pick received a mixed reaction from the Cowboys fan base. Yeah. Okay. Living up to first-round expectations. Regardless of how fans viewed the pick, expectations were high considering he was a first-round pick. Albeit in a backup role, Van Der Esch recorded 20 tackles in his first 3 games. Things began to open up for him once Lee went to the sidelines with a hamstring issue, and the rookie never looked back. Yeah? Okay, so, yes, things were great. By season's end, Van Der Esch had proven worthy. His 140 tackles set a franchise rookie record and ranked 3rd in the NFL. He was selected to the Pro Bowl, named second-team All-Pro, and selected to the PFWA All-Rookie team. His 87.5 grade from Pro Football Focus was 4th among all qualified linebackers. Van Der Esch's chemistry with Smith was also apparent in 2018. The former finished 4th, while the latter was ranked 6th in linebacker grades for Pro Football Focus. Also, they were the only set of teammates to finish in the top 15 in tackles. Neck issue. When the 2019 season began, Van Der Esch was looking to build upon the amazing rookie campaign that put him in the conversation with not only the best young linebackers in the NFL, but the best overall at the position. During the first 6 weeks of the season, the team struggled with a 3-3 record. However, Van Der Esch racked up 51 tackles over that span, putting him just 4 tackles off his rookie pace. Unfortunately for the young bull, it wasn't all sunshine and roses in his second year in the NFL. In Week 7, he left the Cowboys showdown with the Eagles with a neck issue. When one puts on the tape, a Week 1 collision with teammate Jeff Heath showed great trauma to Van Der Esch's neck, and one has to wonder if that was the beginning of the issues that plagued him all season. So what, he's maligned again because he had an injury? That's ridiculous. The Cowboys had a bye in Week 8, which gave him time to recover. After missing a game against the New York Giants, Van Der Esch returned in Week 10 and had 13 tackles in a tough 28-24 loss against the Minnesota Vikings. But his return would be short-lived. Van Der Esch would play his final game of the 2019 season a week later against the Detroit Lions, as his lingering neck problems got him placed on injured reserve. 2020 outlook. In January, Van Der Esch had minimally invasive neck surgery to fix the nerve issue that derailed his 2019 season and is expected to make a full recovery. Well, okay then. Back in May, Van Der Esch joined Bobby Belt and Jane Slater of the Boys and Girl podcast to talk about how he feels heading into the new season, the defensive scheme change, and much more. "I'm doing wonderful," Van Der Esch said. "I feel as good now as I ever have before I even got hurt. I mean, I'm ready to roll. I've been training full go for a couple of months now, so it's not holding me back whatsoever." The 2020 NFL season is a mystery currently with the blah, 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 blah. Whether Van Der Esch plays inside or outside linebacker in 2020, there's no doubt he'll be productive. But the key is his health. If he is fully recovered from his neck procedure, he instantly puts the Cowboys' defense on another level. Year 3 is a pivotal year for the ascension of young players in the league. Things should considerably slow down on the field, and for a player so adept at recognizing the offense, Van Der Esch should be in line for a standout season. Okay, so your headline was a bit of sensationalism, I see. Whatever, I like to read about Van Der Esch. He's cool. Empower your health for less than $3 a day. GRN. Okay. In year 2 of 3-year plan, linebacker Luke Gifford will gain value for Cowboys. A year ago, the Dallas Cowboys had one of the elite linebackers groups in the NFL. Leighton Van Der Esch was coming off a stellar rookie year, and I was attempting last night to name as many linebackers as I could think of, and I completely forgot about Jalen Smith, which is crazy because Jalen Smith is like one of my favorite players. I don't know. I was tired. Reggie Robinson II becomes third Cowboys rookie to agree to terms. The Dallas Cowboys have been busy behind the scenes lately when it comes to getting their rookie class signed. Fifth round edge rusher Bradley Anae agreed to some sort of deal, and now apparently Reggie Robinson II has. Cowboys news. Tank could skip camp. CeeDee Lamb will tote the rock. It was just another manic Monday in Cowboys Nation. Rookies were signing contracts on the eve of training camp while a veteran superstar was debating skipping training camp? Don't do it. Don't do it, DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, why? Especially because there's, apparently a whole new defensive scheme, right? With new coaches and everything, so that sounds like a terrible idea. Brad's deals. More headlines. 5 most underrated or overrated Cowboys in Madden 21 rankings. Don't give a fuck about that. Mitch Hyatt will need to play to his strengths and experience to earn role with Cowboys. Mitch Hyatt. Don't know that name. Cowboys begin signing 2020 rookie class. Yes. NFL likely to allow helmet decals honoring victims of police brutality. Oh, brother. How long ago was it that somebody wanted a patriotic decal or some sort of... It was just a few years ago, I think, that somebody wanted to put a decal on their helmet. And it was for a good cause. And the NFL said no. And then all of a sudden, they're just caving to this one thing. What if somebody wants to put a different decal on their helmet? Would that be allowed? Probably not, because the league is playing favorites with their causes. There are other causes out there. The world doesn't stop because suddenly everybody cares about this one thing. No, Cowboys Chiefs. NFL offers to next 2020 preseason. It's so frustrating. Adam Redmond's versatility may make him keeper for Cowboys. Cool beans. That's it for Cowboys Wire. Moving on to the ESPN Daily. Good morning. Good morning to everyone, but especially to Serena Williams' 2-year-old daughter, Olympia Ohanian, who is severely overachieving by becoming the youngest professional sports owner in the U.S. Okay, here's your ESPN Daily. That doesn't mean that she achieved anything. That just means that she was born to a rich athlete. Privilege. That's privilege right there. That's, dare I say, black privilege? No, it's rich athlete privilege. She just happens to be a black athlete. It's further evidence how terrible black people have it in this country. They're just those poor little deers. Inside the WNBA bubble plus season preview. After a months-long delay, the 2020 WNBA season finally tips off Saturday when the New York Liberty and number 1 overall draft pick Sabrina Ionescu take on the Seattle Storm and its veteran star Sue Bird. But aside from the action on the court, the season promises to be unlike any other in the league's history. Every game will be played from the league's clean site at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. In addition, some of the league's most notable names have chosen not to play, either for health reasons or to focus their attention on issues of social justice and racism. On today's episode of the ESPN Daily Podcast, ESPN's LaChina Robinson joins the show to explain how the WNBA's bubble compares to its NBA counterparts in Orlando, Florida, and also breaks down what to expect on the court in a season where everyone is figuring it out on the fly. Things to care about. Quarantine gaming inspo. This sounds like something I don't care about. One indirect effect of the coronavirus panic has been a surplus of extra time at home. How do people pass time at home and break from the monotony of quarantine? For these 24 ESPNers and gamers around the world, the answer is simple. Pulling out old systems, games on their wish lists, and titles they were on the fence about trying. From NBA editors with setups any gamer would be jealous of, to advertising folks who are playing through every single Final Fantasy, there is a lot of variety and passion for gaming that has come to light over the past few months. If you're in need of some inspiration for what to try next, or what might be missing from your arsenal as quarantine continues, we got you covered. Quarantine is not continuing. That's ridiculous. Stop quarantining yourselves. Unless you literally do have it. We got you covered. Here are the retro, newish, and more recent games the aforementioned staff members at ESPN are playing through to scratch that gaming itch. MLB season expert predictions. T-1 day until MLB returns. I repeat, opening day is tomorrow. Dare I say, things are looking up for us fellow baseball fans. As the Washington Nationals prepare to host the New York Yankees on Thursday, 7 Eastern Time, ESPN, it's time to pin down our expectations for what we expect to happen in the abbreviated 60-game season. You could have put that a better way. Our expectations for what we expect to happen. I think you meant our expectations of what will happen in the abbreviated 60-game season. Will the Nationals repeat? You already know my stance on the matter. Is this the year the Los Angeles Dodgers end their long championship drought? If they can't get it done with the addition of Mookie Betts, I think they're doomed forever. Will Garrett Cole pitch the Yankees to their first title since 2009? This would contradict my belief that the Nats will repeat, but it is feasible. From among our columnists, writers, researchers, and editors, we polled 32 of ESPN's leading baseball experts to see what they expect, asking them about who's going to win their respective divisions, as well as who's going to win their leagues, and ultimately the World Series. Spoiler alert, 18 of them are rolling with the Dodgers to win it all. Meanwhile, the Yankees accrued the second most votes, with 6 experts picking New York to take the World Series title. Which leads us to our next topic. Which MLB superteam is the one to beat in 2020, the Dodgers or Yankees? With the thought that these two big-market behemoths might indeed be on a coast-to-coast World Series collision course, we asked baseball reporters Alden Gonzalez and David Schoenfield to size up the teams and identify what, if anything, might derail them along the way. I almost typed friendly reminder, but those are passive-aggressive 90% of the time, and the reminder is truly intended to be friendly. So instead, I'm just going to leave the fantasy baseball sign-up link here with a directive that it's not too late to get involved. You know what they say, you can't win if you don't play. Ooh, what's this a picture of? Things to watch. Terrell Owens has still got it. You know the old adage about how age is nothing but a number? Yeah, well, that definitely applies here. Terrell Owens is 46 years old, but the man can still move. 46 is not that old. T.O. showed off his motor while running a 40-yard dash alongside Tyreek Hill. The 26-year-old Hill ran a 4.37, while Owens, who hasn't played in a decade, ran in the 4.4 range. Absolutely absurd. Okay. Looking good. Overheard. Maybe when I'm retired. Maybe when I'm done. Maybe when I'm gone, y'all will understand. James Harden on receiving criticism for his playing style. Okay. Remember when? One basketball scrimmage to rule them all. On this day in 1992, the Dream Team played in a scrimmage that Michael Jordan described as the greatest game he has ever played. If you watched The Last Dance, you already know. Was their final... You already know. It was their final warm-up scrimmage in Monte Carlo before the Barcelona Olympics, played in a practically empty gym. But when the white team, Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, took on the blue team, Magic Johnson, Chris Mullin, Christian Laettner, Charles Barkley, and David Robinson, it was basketball played at its absolute highest level. Neat. Until next time, remember... Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Bless you to me. Until next time, remember, if you're active on social media, you probably saw the story about 6-year-old Bridger Walker, who risked his life to save his little sister from a dog attack. Yesterday, the World Boxing Council made Bridger the bravest man on earth, Walker, an honorary WBC champ. Give him all the belts. This has been your ESPN Daily for Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. That's nice. Thank you, ESPN. Moving on to the Yahoo Sports Read and React. Blah, 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 blah. Officially good news. NFL tells players no preseason games. Why is that good news? I don't understand. Why are we hating on the preseason? What's wrong with the fucking preseason? It has value. It's annoying. Votto and Reds kneel during national anthem. Fuck you guys. Piston fans aren't thrilled with Jumpman logo on new unis. Okay. Kevin Garnett wants to buy the Timberwolves. Meet the youngest owner in pro sports history, age 2. That would be Serena Williams' daughter. Milking that privilege. Oh, but I'm sorry. You can't have privilege if you're black, right? You're just, the whole country is just stepping on your neck, or, kneeling on your neck if you're black, right? The greatest one is apparently Wayne Gretzky. By Jay Hart. On October 15th, 1989, Wayne Gretzky passed Gordie Howe to become the NHL's all-time leading scorer. He set the record in the 6th game of his 11th season. He would add to that record for another decade. Put another way, Gretzky needed half a career to better the best that had come before him, or after. Michael Jordan may be more popular, Babe Ruth more mythical, Michael Phelps more decorated, but no one separated themselves more from their respective competition than Wayne Gretzky. That was the question we posed to you, our readers, when we set out to determine the GOAT of GOATs. Who dominated their competition the most? And you nailed it. By the measure of points scored, Gretzky is 33% better than anyone else who's ever played the game of hockey at its highest level. 33%. He set the bar so high, it's unlikely his records for, deep breath, points scored, 2,857, goals, 894, assists, 1,963, goals in a season, 92, and points in a season, 215, just to name a few. We could go on. Quickest to 50 goals in a season, most assists in a season, most 100-point seasons, will ever be broken. Others have exhibited total dominance of their competition. Babe Ruth hit more home runs than entire teams, and when he retired, he'd hit 336 more bombs than the man in second. Lou Gehrig, Richard Petty's 200 victories... more bombs than the man in second, Lou Gehrig. Richard Petty's 200 victories in NASCAR's Cup Series is 48% more than David Pearson's 105 and 53% more than Jeff Gordon's 93. But the Babe was eventually passed, while 140 of Petty's victories came prior to NASCAR's modern era. 20 years after his final game... What's this? Orange Cassidy, breakout star of 2020. Laziest low-energy character in pro wrestling has turned into one of surprising breakout acts of this year. Orange Cassidy. Oop, I don't know that name. 20 years after his final game, Gretzky's point total remains 1,007 clear of the field. Only 87 other players in the history of the NHL have scored even that many. Finally, if he'd never scored a single goal, Gretzky's assist total would still make him the NHL's all-time scoring leader. To put that much distance between you and the competition is unheard of at the professional level, but Gretzky managed to do it. Wayne Gretzky was my choice from the beginning of this exercise, and yours in the end. My partners in crime here at Read and React, however, disagree. Jay Busby. With all due respect to Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, Babe Ruth et al., let's be honest, they're not really the GOATs. Meh. They're the GOATinas. Greatest of all time in North America. Oh, really? You want to really establish dominance? Take down the entire world. Most Olympians, if they're lucky and the calendar breaks their way, will qualify for 1 or maybe 2 Olympic Games. Time works against them. The competition catches up. And then there's Michael Phelps. He competed in an astounding 5 Olympic Games from 2000 through 2016. He's the most decorated Olympian of all time with 28 total medals and 23 golds. You could make a convincing argument that he's not just swimming's greatest of all time, but the Olympics' greatest of all time. His medal count is 10 more than the runner-up Soviet gymnast Larissa Latinina. Latinina? When the medal haul is greater than that of 90 nations, you're the GOAT of GOATs. Meh. Dan Wetzel. Her accomplishments, 19 world championships and 4 Olympic golds, don't fully explain Simone Biles' dominance. Due to the unique nature of gymnastics, degree of difficulty, we know not just that Biles is better than anyone else, but how much better. To make the complicated simple, in winning the 2019 All-Around World Championship, one example of many, Biles' degree of difficulty was 6.3% higher than the silver medalist, 25.3 to 23.7. Yet her artistic scores, how well she performed, were still 3.4% higher, 25.3 to 23.7. So she did far, far tougher routines, markedly better than everyone else who did easier routines. That's like starting the 100-meter dash 10.5 meters behind the others and still winning. She's not even playing the same game. That's your greatest of all time. Paylor. Why Patrick Mahomes left money on the table. 'Cause he's a teammate. And he knows it. Schwab. It's referendum year for Carson Wentz and the Eagles. Leander. How Messi's greatness is holding Barca hostage. Too old. On the right, that's Tyreek Hill, said to be the fastest player in the NFL. In the middle, that's Terrell Owens. He's 46, and he just ran a 4.4-ish 40. Put me in uniform. I'll show you what I got. Whee! Well, he's a little shorter. That reduces drag, right? Thanks for reading today's issue of Read and React. That's it for Sundry Sports for today. Thank you and goodbye.